What is going on, everybody? This is Jose Ledesma, a.k.a. Puerto Rican Poppy on the mic. I am with my co-host, Could You Flip?
What up, baby?
And for today's special episode number 37, we are with Sac Porch Fest finest, Jalal Haddad. Let's clap it up for our guy, man. Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
For being here. We appreciate you.
Before we get started with the questions, Could You Flip has some local events to talk about. Get into it, baby.
Yeah. Shout out Sacramento, shout out CSSB. A couple things that I want to highlight for the month of March. March 7th, we've got an event thrown by Lil Freezy. Follow her on Instagram. She's a really cool artist, really cool person. She's having an event here March 7th that is starting at 3 p.m. It's for her birthday celebration. March 14th, we've got another episode. That's going to be our podcast episode. We're just Jose and I. Mike and Melodies is also March 14th. That's starting at 6 p.m. going all the way to 11. So shout out to my guy Dame LaSalle. He's putting on Mike and Melodies here at City Sound Soundbite. The following week, March 20th, we've got Freestyle Friday, baby. I'm hosting that one. It's going to be a good one. $5 entry. We're turning up, having a great one. Immediately following, the next day after that, on the 21st, we got Natalicia's Funk's women's event called For the Monarchs. And so, shout out to her. She's putting on this huge event. It's going to be like 8 hours. Panelists, artists, workshops are going to be there. So we're super excited to have her. March 28th, we've got another ISO podcast, and that's going to be with our guy Jose Morales. And then also that same day, we've got the Circuit Volume 7. Now, the Circuit is a community-driven event held here at City Sound Soundbite. All proceeds go back to the building so that we can stay open. So it's in a great space for the community. That's what's March looking like for City Sound Soundbite. Shout out to everybody that operates in the space. We really appreciate you guys and everybody that comes and utilizes the space. We appreciate you guys even more. So, again, thank you guys for listening to local events. I'm going to pass it back to my guy, Jose.
Absolutely. So, don't forget also, March 21st is going to be Flip's, 10-year anniversary since he cut his foreskin. So, got to clap it up for him as well.
Clap it up for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't forget that one.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
He still
10-year anniversary is disgusting.
he still has the pills, the antibiotics from that surgery.
I do.
Shout out to the homie Mateo also with the camera work. Appreciate you, bro.
Shout out to my guy. We appreciate you, brother.
So, can you kind of, because I was still even up to this point, I was still kind of researching the events itself, and as I was looking up Sac Porch Fest, I was noticing that other major cities have Porch Fest as well. Is that something where you guys kind of took what these other cities were doing and was like, well, shit, we can do that here in Sacramento? Or was it a direct partnership where it was offered to Sacramento to have a Porch Fest and you guys took off and ran with it?
Okay, do you answer the question? There was a guy, he lived in Sac a while back. He moved to New York the year after he decided I'm going to throw a Porch Fest. He got the idea from somebody in town. I guess somebody in town went to a Porch Fest somewhere and was like, oh, we could do this. And he was like, oh, yeah, of course we could do this. Look at these beautiful, this beautiful boulevard, 21st Street with the green median in the middle and all that stuff. And these beautiful houses. We couldn't throw a Porch Fest here. So he's one of these guys who always believes himself to be a big fish in whatever pond he's in, And he just did it. And I was involved in the first one with him. It was his idea, by way of hearing about Porch Fests happening around the nation. And he's like, well, we could do that too. And he organized the first one. I was involved in getting the sound gear on the porches, PAs, mics, all that stuff, the hardware stuff. And I even played the first couple Porch Fests myself and my little folk band. But as soon as he did Porch Fest, he immediately moved to New York right after and started building up his company. He was one of those guys who also had a company. Some tech thing, I don't know, who cares. And then I was like, oh, people came out. People liked this. People liked free music. People like to, wander the streets up and down and meet new friends and all this stuff. I was like, we got to keep doing this. So the last 9 years we've been doing it.
What year was that, by the way? When everything's, it was 2015, right?
2015 was Porch Fest #1, yeah.
Okay. And then so like when he left to go to New York to start his company and you guys were obviously thinking about continuing it, did that mean like you and everyone around you's role expanded to being more of like taking ownership of the Porch Fest itself?
Yeah.
And then if so, like what is like the day-to-day operation when it comes to setting up a Porch Fest? Like what is the timeline looking like? How many people are involved? Just overall like your role and like how to get a Porch Fest going basically.
Yeah. It turns out you can organize an event like Porch Fest drunk as shit if you want.
Nice.
Yeah. So, every once in a while I'll have a few beers. I'll sit down on my computer and send out some emails. Make sure this porch. So you have your hosts, your porch. The homeowners basically they're like, yeah, we like this idea, we'll give up our porch, we'll throw out an extension cord for you could plug in your amps and your everything, and it doesn't take that much to organize. What I think matters is like to me on a it's gonna sound stupid, but on a philosophical level is keeping it as distinctly local and people say nonprofit. I don't much care for that. Anti-profit is the goal. Everything that happens at Sac Porch Fest is it's a fundraiser, and last year we raised more money than ever.
That's beautiful.
What was the figure, if you remember?
If you can release that.
Yeah. There are some expenses, so we deduct those, but I think we probably put $9,000 into Mustard Seed School's coffers last year.
That's awesome. Hell
Congratulations,
yeah.
good stuff, man. Clap it up.
Yeah, not bad.
Well, so can you kind of explain what a mustard school is?
Yeah, Mustard Seed. Okay,
Or Mustard Seed, my bad.
The original, the guy who kind of kicked this all off, he found this organization. It's a offshoot of Loaves and Fishes.
Okay.
So their primary focus is on free education for unhoused youth in Sacramento. And if you go into their office, the Mustard Seed School, it's in that like that complex. What is it? 12th Street and like C or not C, past that. It's
Is it by the light rail station?
it is.
Close to like 12th and 9?
It's past that.
Okay.
It's like a industrial park, and there's like just people meandering about. It's a scene. It's like, well, where do all the unhoused folks go in Sacramento in the winter? Well, they go there. They go to this area. It's like the last place they can go to be safe. And within that area where Loaves and Fishes is this Mustard Seed School, and you go to their main office and you look at the wall, and they have these like pictures of students. It's like Jenny, she came into the program at 4 years old. Now she's at Harvard. Like Michael came into the program at 12 years old. Now he's at UPenn or something. It's like they're taking kids off the street, getting them into educational programs, and then like sending on their way to wonderful universities. And they came from literally off the street, and they get all the resources they need to thrive. And so the best thing about it, in my opinion, though, part of my ethos, like there's no corporate sponsorship, there's no public funding. It's all crowdsourced. So when you raise $9,000 for them, it goes into their pocket and gets spent on things for kids.
Actual resources.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
And no strings attached. They don't have to teach a curriculum because they get funded by whatever, like some group that has an interest in
Yeah. And I don't know if you can share this, but $9,000 is it's not chump change. That's a good amount of money. So shout out to you for being able to raise that. My question to you is, with Porch Fest being a community event, right, for the community, how are you able to recuperate those funds, that $9,000? Where does that revenue come from? Is it ticket sales? Are you selling merch? Like, if you're able to go into that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
To me, I think the most magical part of Sac Porch Fest is it's kind of simple, but it's like a lost. I think it's getting lost. Is that it's all donation based, donating time, donating skills, donating equipment, donating your porch, donating everything. Nobody gets paid. No one's ever earned $1. There are no ticket sales. We don't bring in beer vendors and food vendors. None of that. There have been some pop-ups, like the neighbor decides that they're gonna grill out front, and as people walk by, they can like hook people up with food and stuff. But the whole premise is that nobody makes any money. Every dollar goes to the organization, Mustard Seed School. But far as all that goes, it's like, how does the money come in? I carry around like this ice chest with a Venmo code on it, and I just walk around collecting donations. Mustard Seed School sends out a couple of volunteers. They carry around a big jug for donations. People are dropping literally like ones and fives and tens, sometimes 20s and 100s even. And then sometimes they Venmo money, and it's all about raising money for this organization. And I think what's great about it is there's this like implicit trust in Sac Porch Fest that when you donate $1, all that dollar goes to the organization. And I think that's a little unusual. I think nonprofits, they typically they can do what is it, like you can put on a benefit event, and it's, as long as you donate like 10%, you get called a benefit. But we do the full 100%.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys then, because that's amazing. So what are like the challenges of using these neighborhood houses, porches, and turning them into a music venue, music space, or entertainment space? Like, what are like some of the challenges of having to deal with the people that own these houses and putting strangers on their porches, essentially?
Yeah, it's surprising how forthcoming and interested people are to be a porch host. Like, you would expect that it would be like you knock on a door and you beg them to let you do this thing, but actually I think once you see it one time, you're in. And I'm getting emails now that say like, hey, I'm on 24th and whatever, can I be a porch for Porch Fest? I'll get these emails, and I'm like, this is insane. You're reaching out to me to offer your house to this event. It just like, it speaks to, I think, the quality and the cuteness and the highly local vibe. And I think it just, to use a woo-woo word, I think it resonates with people really well. So it's not like we have complications dealing with the porch hosts. It's more like, making sure that the date works for them, that we lay out some rugs on their porch so we don't scuff up their beautiful oak wood deck or porch, and that sort of thing. But it's not like, I think somebody said pulling teeth earlier before this thing started. It's not pulling teeth to organize Porch Fest. It's
people are looking forward to volunteering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Build and they will come.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So when it comes to choosing musicians or artists in general, how do you go about knowing who's the right person or the right group to put on these people portraits to perform, whether, you know what I mean, music, comedy, whatever type of art you choose to put on these people portraits? Like, how do you go about selecting those artists?
Great question. So this is where I feel like I'm living through imposter syndrome. You build this thing, it becomes noteworthy, popular. People seem to look forward to it each year, and you know how it goes. People want to be a part of something cool and subversive in some way, and I think Sac Porch Fest is a bit subversive because other porch fests around the country, like they're doing a lot of heavy lifting, like blocking streets, hiring security, all this stuff, and we kind of do it really bare bones. Just let the people come out, let them occupy the sidewalks, the middle green divides. That's where they can stand and be safe and watch cool music and pop their ice chest with whatever they brought for themselves and all that stuff. But you know, if you play Porch Fest, you have the potential to play in front of maybe 2,000 people on some Saturday afternoon in the fall. So I'll send out either through our Instagram page, I'll send out direct emails. All year I'm like going around Sacramento hearing new bands, and I'll be like, hey, you know, I organized this thing, maybe you'd be interested in playing it. Get like collect emails over time, and then blast out to everybody. We have like a band submission form, and last year I think we had like 120 submissions or something.
Damn.
Yeah.
And for 12 total spots.
Ooh, shit! What was that process like?
That was your question, right? So how do we whittle it down to the 12? And that's where the imposter syndrome comes in, because I basically get to decide.
Yeah.
And I have co-organizers I work with, and I'll like whittle down to, you know, the top 50 or 40, and then I'll bring it to them and say, like, let's listen through each one of these bands and you know, let's assign a value. Like, are they top tier? Are they maybe? Are they absolute no? Okay. And we just continue to listen and have, I don't know, it takes like 2 or 3 meetings together to go through it all and decide, all right,
these are the 12.
These are the 12. And yeah, so I get to basically like make a decision on whether or not a band gets to play, and it feels very weird to have that kind of control. My heart goes out to like major festival organizers who have to, you know, decide on a lineup, and they have fucking hundreds of bands submitting, and they have to like figure out who they're gonna. So it's a mini version of that, and you just decide, okay, well, this kind of fits the vibe we're going for. Maybe it's an eclectic like rock band, or it's a bluegrass band that would fit perfectly for what we're trying to do.
Dang, it's like you're picking your own disciples. I did have a question though. So you've done this for 9 years. I know you've had 10 years.
10.
Okay, and I know you said recently you had 120 submissions. Now, I don't know if it was started at 120 from the first year, but when you're choosing these bands, are you doing any repeats? Like, hey, these guys were here last year, we can have them again? Yeah. Or are you trying to do new bands every single time?
Yeah. All right, so in 10 years, there is one band who's played all but one Sac Porch Fest, and that's Be Brave Bold Robot. Shout out to Dean and his folks.
Yeah.
They're like a fixture of Sacramento, so when you put on a Sacramento, this type of music event, it makes perfect sense that they are a part of it. They're all professionals and just have been playing music since way before I even moved to Sac, almost 20 years ago. So they've been a part of the music scene from way back. So they played the first, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. We skipped them on the 9th, and then we put them back on the 10th. The 9th year, we decided, let's do something a little different. Let's only put bands on that have never played Porch Fest before. So year 9 was all new bands entirely.
Nice.
And then the 10th year was only bands that have played Porch Fest in the past 9
there you
years.
go.
And then they came back for that. So there is one band that's played 9 of the 10. And they only didn't play the 9th one because we specifically were trying to, like, let's not do any repeats.
Yeah.
Let's do all new bands and give everybody a chance.
Yeah, heck yeah. I love that.
So, whereas there's a lot of similar events like this where, unlike you guys are just basically doing it for free. There's no tickets involved. There's no anything like that involved. So in terms of events like that do charge and that are high scale or on a bigger scale, I should say, how do you basically find the value in knowing that, hey, this is for the community, no one has to pay for anything, you just show up and the stage is literally on someone's front porch? Like, how do you define the value in Porch Fest versus like higher, I wouldn't say higher quality, like bigger scale events that are similar to Porch Fest?
All right. Okay, let's get into it. So this is why actually I feel pride for this event. There's an expectation that's been pummeled into us over the last, I don't know how long, let's call it 10 years, 15 years, where, like, you hear about a free event happening in Sacramento and you think, oh, it's a free event, that must mean it's not as good as the paid one, right?
Yeah.
Because at the paid one, you're going to get, certain amenities. You're going to have food vendors. You're going to have a bar you could buy a drink at for God knows how much. That expectation of having an event where you know exactly where you're going to get when you get there, I think is sort of the antithesis of what we're trying to do. I think what Sac Porch Fest represents is an old school, original Sacramento. Like when I first moved here about 20 years or so, the music scene was, you go to a person's house, you sit down on, you cross-legged on somebody's living room floor and you watch a band. It could be an individual guitar player, singer. It could be a small acoustic band playing. They pass a hat. They sell their homemade merch. They're doing it like without any pomp and circumstance whatsoever. And that's how I kind of fell in love with Sacramento, was by way of these like house shows. It was all the rage. There was even like a website called Undie Tacos. I don't even know if it still exists, but Undie Tacos, you could just go in there and like see, okay, on S and 22nd Street tonight, there's like some folk band playing. I'm gonna walk to that house. I'm gonna enter this stranger's house, sit on their floor and watch this band. That's the ethos of it all. I think for Sac Porch Fest is like an extension of that. Yeah. and not having a ticketed event where you have to buy in advance and get screened at the gate and like, oh, did you bring like your own sandwich or your own beer with you? You gotta go, you gotta pour that out. All the things that you run into with like the standard, let's call it music event, any kind of festival that you go to these days, you can picture it, right? You could picture yourself like arriving, finding parking, getting through the gate, going to the beer garden first, and then and then maybe you walk around. There's like somebody selling this and somebody selling that. It's all very prescribed. It's all the same every time, and Sac Porch Fest does none of that because there's like two goals. One is let's put on really great music from Sacramento musicians to Sacramento audience, and the porch hosts are just providing a beautiful like backdrop for this music, and we're raising money for the for unhoused youth in Sacramento. That's it. It's that simple. And yeah, I don't want it to be the kind of thing that it's like, you know, K Street has their block parties, right? They lock down K Street, and there's police everywhere, and you feel like I'm going into an event. I'm going inside of this event, and I'm now separated from my community. I'm in the DJ party event on K Street, and I'm going to go buy a $15 Budweiser, and maybe I'll get some, I don't know, a pupusa or something from the food vendor, and I just realized I spent $45 to listen to some DJ. Yeah, there you get up there. So just like take all of that out of the equation and just let people fucking come and listen to music and come in and out as they please. And we're not worried about do we need metal detectors or whatever? Like, we trust the community.
Yeah.
Trust our people.
I think the beautiful thing about that too, especially with you having like Sacramento artists for the Sacramento community, is the fact that like it is a premier show, but it makes the artists feel reachable. You know what I mean? In the sense of like you support a city that I also not only stay in, but you know probably have pride in. And, you know, to hear your music, although we may be experiencing different things, it's cool that you've had the same influences as me. You know, I feel like, you know, some consumers may think like that when it comes to listening to artists for the first time when they know they're from the same city.
Yeah.
So I think that's a beautiful thing, you know what I mean, to put that on for, you know, Sacramento artists for the Sacramento community too. You know what I mean, with the hopes of giving those individuals exposure to nationwide.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would you say you've ever had to handle any disgruntled neighbors, or you know, just people that are in that immediate living space during your Porch Fest?
Yeah, who's getting drunk and slinging racisms?
Yeah,
No.
Oh, sorry.
I'm talking about the people that live in the neighborhood, not the consumers.
Oh,
I'm talking about.
Okay, this is fun. All right, so again, going back to the idea of imposter syndrome, I get mail, I get emails, and a couple years back we put Porch Fest on a date where the 3 sound guys were available, the porch hosts were available. We'll pick that date. Everybody's good to go for that date. Well, I'm not Jewish, but I probably should know more, but we scheduled it on Yom Kippur, and I got some angry emails directly to me saying, like, how dare you schedule this event on this day? It's the holiest day of the year we were supposed to stay home and not do anything, and we love Porch Fest, and why are you doing? And I was like, oh my God. Sorry, my bad, but, you know, this is like one Saturday in the fall that everybody could do this thing, and you know, so I got some angry emails in the past for that, and then there's this thing called Reddit. People read, I guess, and
Pretty popular, yeah.
I'm not too up on it, but I'll get like screenshot messages from friends from Reddit being like, oh, you know, this damn Sac Porch Fest is like, people are in the streets. I'm trying to drive through, and it's just like they're blocking the streets. How dare they? And all this stuff. But it's just a bunch of noise at the end of the day. I mean, you got up to 2,000 people in the streets just enjoying themselves. It's really, I think anybody who has a problem with it is being probably a little petty.
Yeah.
It's like, just let it go one day. Just be cool with it one day. Even if you're, you know, fine, you had to like wait a little longer to get out of your driveway because there were people on the sidewalks blocking your car. Okay, I'm sorry that happened, but come on, man. But there was one guy who was trying to put his his grandson down for a nap, and he comes outside and he finds me and he goes, "So like, how long is this gonna be going on? Because I'm trying to put my grandson down for a nap. Like, could you wrap this up?" We're like, "Man, it's like 2 p.m. We're going till 10.
Yeah.
Sorry."
Still got the whole day ahead of you.
So he was a little upset, but I think he gets it. It really is just like one of those things that people just kind of intuitively understand what is happening, and so not a lot of pressure, blowback, none of that. Very minimal, if any at all.
That's good that it's minimal, but I still want to ask this. Do you find yourself being good at conflict resolution?
Am I good at conflict resolution? I'm pretty good at causing conflict.
Oh, okay, tight. All right.
In the context of Sac Porch Fest,
Or even outside of it.
I don't think there's been anything noteworthy enough to call it like conflict. Maybe a few ruffled feathers here and there, but it's generally, I think what's so cool about it is, like I said, people get it. They see what's happening in front of them. It's intuitive. There's 1,000 people walking back and forth in this beautiful neighborhood of Sacramento, enjoying a, 75-degree fall day.
Yeah.
The sun is shining. Bands are playing. You just get to show up and just be in your community. You don't have to spend any money. You don't have to get frisked at the door. You just show up and enjoy. And so I think maybe you're looking for a better story, but it's really is as cute and comfortable and wonderful as that. There's no real friction. I don't have to resolve any conflicts, except for like, I want this band to play and my co-organizer wants that band to play, and then we have to hash that out.
Okay, for sure. The reason why I ask is I feel like, and I think it's a beautiful thing that it doesn't happen often in your case. It seems like things are flowing fairly smoothly. But I have seen before in the past, because we have events here at City Sound Soundbite, and I've seen definitely like there has to be, with the people who are organizing the event, I think conflict resolution is a key skill to have when doing these things, because there can be moments of disagreement, whether they are minor or whether they are escalated and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I asked if you think you yourself personally are someone who's good at conflict resolution.
Maybe I'm just totally ignorant, and or like I choose to be ignorant. Maybe there's some disgruntled neighbors out there who just haven't found me to complain about it.
It's all good. You know what I mean? Let them do that.
But like, but there is like a risk to this whole thing, right? You offer 12 bands on a Saturday from 1 to 10, and you say, show up to these blocks, and you'll get to watch music all day long. There's a strong possibility that people come and fuck it up, right? Like, what if you got 16-year-olds like cracking beers right in the street? Like, what do I do then? Do I tell them, like, I'm not their daddy, but do I tell them, like, hey, you look too young to be drinking, and also it's illegal to drink in the street, so stop? Is that my role? I don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty every year. Like, are we going to pull this off? And there's no fighting. Nobody gets hit by a car. Nobody, like, it's just come off without a hitch all these years. And thank my lucky stars for that. But
there you go.
I think there's I think when you don't walk through a gate and get frisked and have to buy a $15 Budweiser, that like people, when they go to an event like that, they kind of relinquish their own like personal what's the word for that? Not aptitude, but like responsibility. I'm going in, therefore I'm going to be safe, and I can get as fucked up as I want and act however I want. And there are people around.
Okay, yeah.
There's security there, but here it's like you show up and it's just us. It's just people, all of us, hanging out, doing the same thing together, and there's a lot of possibility for conflict, and it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's a self-regulating event.
That's good. That's good. Shout out to the community.
How important would you say does a role, or how important would you say social media and like digital marketing play in a role for promoting an event like Sac? I'm sorry, Sac
Porch Fest.
Porch Fest. I'm sorry, I'm running on like no sleep right now. But yeah, how important would you say a role is for social media and digital marketing for an event like Sac Porch Fest?
Yeah, my favorite subject, social media. Yeah. When it first started, we're looking at 2015, right? I don't even think was Instagram around then?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah.
It was in the early stages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we were probably quite literally sending out individual emails to our email listserv, and maybe we put a post up on Facebook the first year. And if you look back at pictures of the event, you'll see how it's grown, and yeah, it certainly coincides with the rise of social media. Specifically, I think Instagram kind of took over, where people are learning what they're gonna do today when they pull up their phone and like, oh, there's a thing happening right now. It's live. I can go right now to this event. So the numbers have grown with that rise of social media. It's not my forte. I'm like purposefully ignorant about social media for the most part. Even last year I had to learn what it meant to collaborate. I didn't know what that was. Somebody was asking me to collaborate on a reel, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just do your thing. I don't what do you need a collaboration for? And I had to ask like the gal who does our social media. I had to ask her like what that meant.
Yeah.
She explained it, and she was like, "Yeah, let's not collaborate on that specific reel." But then she took it over and has been doing a great job. So it's amazing how the numbers blew up because of that tool. I don't know. I'm just old school, and I don't know how to use it, and I don't care that much. But it's very, very important. It seems people are getting their daily schedule off of some post that Sac Porch Fest Instagram makes that says, "Oh, come out. We're 1 to 10. We're going live here in a minute," and then suddenly, you draw 500 people because they followed you on the internet. I don't know. It's weird to me, but it works. It's really important, I guess. And I'm still coming around the idea that people just don't know things. They have to find those things somehow, and Instagram seems to be the way. Yeah. Great tool. I don't want to be disparaging about it. I just don't know how to use it that well.
It's all good. It's just a generational difference. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
So when it comes to, do you guys have to obtain like city permits and stuff like that to have live bands and all that going on? And if so, like, what is it like going through that process of getting those permits or whatever proper paperwork you have to use, or just the hurdles of obtaining that type of stuff?
Great question. Okay. I was trying to figure out how, if this question came up, how I would answer it, and I talked to some of the co-organizers. Like, if this comes up, what should I do? And they were like, "Well, just skirt the question altogether." But I'm on a bit of ibuprofen and a couple beers, and so I'm just gonna answer honestly.
Hell yeah, brother.
This to me is the best part about it. We have, in 10 years, never pulled a permit.
There you go.
Never asked for permission.
Fuck yeah.
Never had any kind of safety net, security, all the things you think about with a medium-sized event that you would need. We just ignored all of it and just threw the event without asking. And I'm pretty sure that in 10 years we've been really, really lucky that everybody self-regulates and everything goes off without a hitch. But no, you asked me, what's it like working with the city trying to pull permits? We just haven't.
I respect that. Hell yeah, there's no need to. Exactly.
If it's peaceful, let it rock. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
This goes back to the original thing I was saying, the ethos of it all. It's about
Got to switch. Good.
yeah, it is really. It's all about like when I first moved to Sac, the music scene was unbridled. It was individuals, community putting on shows without any like of the ridiculous flair that you see nowadays. Sponsorships and all this shit. Like it's all too much. Sac Porch Fest has maintained that original, like the feeling I got when I first moved to Sacramento, the music scene. It's pureness, and that's what we're kind of. I think what makes it special is it stayed true to that form and very much at a risk to the organizers. If something bad were to happen, there is no.
Then the city would want to get involved.
I'd be fucked, totally. So somehow we made it through 10 years without any of that happening.
That's
but
good, bro. Hopefully it continues to stay peaceful.
Well,
I already know me not having to pull permits, that'd make me like confidently confrontational with parking enforcement.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I'd get ignorant for sure. Every time I see one. Doesn't even have to be my car.
How do you? So when it
should I
comes,
invite you or not?
he's like, I guess you're not on the list.
I'll be there after 10.
So when it comes to the volunteers, like you were talking about, like your team of people for the event, how do you go about whether it's recruiting or keeping around people for setting up or just there to volunteer, whichever way they can volunteer and help? Like, how do you go about finding the right people to be in the Sac Porch Fest space when it comes to setting up, being reliable, putting away things after it's all done on a day? Because it's only one day, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, yeah, then obviously that takes a lot of time to prepare for all these people to be out there and all the equipment. So, like, just overall, how do you go about finding the right people to be in the organization to help make sure an event like this goes off without a hitch like we were just talking about?
Yeah. The team, the Sac Porch Fest team has evolved a little over time. Some people were involved in the early years and they bailed. They didn't want to be to do it anymore, and we brought new people. So how do we find them is much like the porch hosts themselves. It's like people will just come straight up to me. How can I help? Like even on the day of, people are like, hey, can I go do crowd control or something? Yeah, please do that. My favorite example is I think 2 years back, we picked up a couple volunteers who were like, you know what Sac Porch Fest lacks more than anything is a porta potty. So they went out and 2 years ago rented our first porta potty, and organized the delivery with the company, the pickup, where it goes. They did it all on their own. They paid for it.
Oh, that's nice enough.
Yeah, it's not actually that expensive to rent a porta potty, it turns out.
Oh, we can get one in your room.
You're disgusting.
Yeah. So that way you don't have to walk all the way to the bathroom. You can just
exactly.
roll out of bed.
You understand.
Yeah, man. I pee in the middle of the night too. Just like the rest of it. But anyway, things like that happen. It's organic. It really is. It's like somebody sees a need. Somebody said, "Oh, it'd be really great if the bands on each porch were printed out, like listed, so that people knew who's coming up at 4:10 and 6:20, and that's where you're going to be for that show." Somebody just decided, all right, I'm going to bring out some construction paper and draw out the names of the bands that are playing on that stage, and I'll tape it up, and now you have a sign for the set list or the band list at a particular stage. It happens like on the day of mostly, and a little bit of prep work. I guess the confirming with the porch hosts, at this time, make sure to have, do we need to bring rugs so we protect your porch? Do we need, do you have an extension cord? Should we bring ours? Like little logistical stuff like that.
That are so essential.
Yeah, it's literally power you need, and you work it out with the porch hosts. Generally, they have like everything you need. The whole thing is so easy, actually, in the best possible way. The fear I have if I let this thing go and somebody else picks it up is that they're gonna turn it into something else, overcomplicate it. And volunteers to have like big ideas for things we could do differently, and then oftentimes we're like, yeah, but if we did that means we have to do all these other things, so we're gonna simplify. We're gonna keep it as it is, so as not to like run into more logistical problems, issues with the city, whatever. People just kind of volunteer a day of, a couple days before. Hey, what do you need? I was like, it'd be really great if you bought ice. Okay, cool. I'll run and grab ice for you. It runs itself.
Yeah, I agree though entirely. Though I feel like that would be genuinely disheartening if you were to give the reins to someone else. You come back, it's like they've got private army security. You know what I mean? Strippers, bartenders drinking $15 Budweisers. Like, I'd be upset about 2 of those 3 things too.
So
I'm gonna guess which 2 those are.
Yeah. The strippers and $15.
Yeah, it's a $15 beer. So when it comes to the fact that you guys have done this for 10 years and the event itself has gained popularity within the city and it's continuing to grow year by year with you guys entering year 11, how do you go about keeping it the same simplified version of Porch Fest that you're trying to keep it at? Like, as it's getting popular, more people are coming, more people are trying to volunteer, more people are trying to perform. Like, as all these things continue to grow, how do you find ways of just keeping it simplified so that it's just the same simple Porch Fest while you're the one running it?
Yeah.
You're following like a prompt?
No, nothing like that. But I think the simplest way to put it is stubbornness. Terribly stubborn, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why change a thing that's working? It's like the formula works. Let's keep it as simple as possible. I think stubbornness is the answer to your question. If somebody has an idea like, what if we did this? And you're like, okay, well, that implies we have to figure out X, Y, and Z now. Are you going to do that? Are you going to go figure out how to like logistically make that work? No? So you had an idea, but you don't have like the solution you're not volunteering to figure it out, like all the steps it would take to do that, okay, well then we're not going to do that. Like, how hard is it to just set a day aside? Yeah, bottom line, how do you keep it the way it is? You're stubborn and bullheaded about it. There was this guy, one Porch Fest, he decided to make empanadas right on the street.
Yeah.
He saw like a opportunity where 1,000 or more people are going to be walking back and forth across his house front yard, and so he set up a little food cart thing and started slinging, and he was charging money for food. And I went up to him and I was like, all right, this is pretty opportunistic of you. We, as Sac Porch Fest, sell nothing. We do T-shirts, but like the T-shirts, the money that we make, all of the proceeds go to the, it's like there's no profit whatsoever, anti-profit. And this guy's over here like slinging food.
Yeah.
And charging people for it. And it's like, we just brought you 1,000 people you could potentially make money off of. And that's opposite of what this is all about. And so I asked him, like, all right, well, I can't tell you not to do this. It's your house, and these are people's free will to go buy food from you off the street. That's cool. I like the idea. But you're profiteering kind of off of an event we built that is designed to not make any money.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, what if I asked you to take, after you recouped your costs on the food stuff, maybe you throw like a big contribution to the organization we're raising money for. He's like, oh, of course I'll do that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he didn't do it.
Oh, my God.
Fucking asshole.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much money he made that day, but he did not contribute to the actual cause we're raising money for. And that shit like that bothers me. I'm like, there's an honesty to this event, I think, that's really special. It's like a pared down version of things that you are familiar with, and you just strip out all the parts of an event that like make you that suck, and just keep the good stuff. And then the reason I think it works so well is because you don't go to an event like Sac Porch Fest and feel like you're going to be spending money. You give money freely if you want to the cause. That's fine. So yeah, things like that have popped up, and with mixed success. But I also, people need to eat, so yeah. I guess it's fine. I don't know.
I feel that too. As far as like...
Oh, we know you feel the need to eat.
Oh, I'm tight. As far as... That's crazy. Why as far as like feeling the need to stay original in those areas, especially when someone brings up ideas, I feel you on that too. There's been times where Jose would be like, hey, I have this idea. And I'm like, okay, I see that, but do you also see how that sounds stupid?
Shut the fuck up. Do you see how you could die from high cholesterol, Marlon, from eating so much?
Tight.
Relax.
Yeah, nice.
So, for you personally, what is like the most rewarding feeling for you when it comes to the day you guys as a group, or just you individually, start planning that year's Porch Fest to the day that it's actually happening and people are there, people are performing, fans are people are walking around enjoying the event. Like throughout that whole process, however long that process takes you or you guys as a group, like when do you feel the most rewarding, basically, or when is the most rewarding for you during that whole process?
I think the ability for a regular dude to be a part of something like this, where you just kind of, again, it wasn't my original idea. It's happening around the country. People are doing Porch Fest all around. There's like at least 5 in California alone. and they're all structured differently. Ours is unique, I think, in many ways. Most rewarding thing for me is to think I'm just some guy in Sacramento who like wants to see people come together and watch good music and throw some of their dollars to a good cause. That's the foundation of it all, right? And then thousands of people come. I again not big into the social media stuff. People talk about how many views they get or whatever, like for a whatever they are, posts or reels or story. I don't even know anymore. But if you don't get like a certain number of clicks, you feel like you failed or you're not that interesting.
Yeah, the instant gratification goes away.
Yeah. That stuff is like not how I derive my pride and joy. The event itself draws physical people with their kids and their dogs and their sisters and brothers and even mothers and grandmothers come, and they all are coexisting and watching music in the streets of Sacramento. These beautiful boulevards we have, occupying the space, and I like have to pinch myself sometimes during the event where I look out like there are this many people who came for something that all I did was send a few emails, organize a little bit of it, and then suddenly there's potentially 2,000 people in front of a band, a local band. That's where the pride is. It's like it doesn't have to be complicated to be good.
Right there, that's a perfect quote right there. Make sure we clip that flip on the back end.
Unpopular opinion too.
No, I know. I got only one more, and then we'll just kind of talk about the future of SAC and all that. Huh? No, not that.
Oh,
no. So basically, if someone was to not a Porch Fest per se event, but if someone anywhere was just interested in starting like their own public event in their own neighborhood, wherever that may be, here in Sacramento or anywhere else, just how would you go about giving someone advice to like help someone get started in their own avenue, whichever way they might, have their own type of event?
Yeah, I think keep it simple. Bottom line, keep it simple. There's this expectation, like we were talking about earlier, about when you go to an event, a ticketed event, you buy your thing on Eventbrite or whatever the fuck, and then you have your QR code and you show up at the thing, and you're going to wait in a line to get into the thing, and you're going to pass through these gates, and somebody's going to frisk you down and make sure you didn't bring your own water or whatever, and you get in there, and then you're like, okay, now I'm in the thing, all that shit is kind of boring, man. It's just boring. Keep it simple. If you want to see, like, I don't know, whatever the event may be, if it's music related, you want to see good bands, go out and see shows in Sac and talk to the guy who does the booking for that band. Talk to him like, hey, what would it take to get you guys to come play this thing? Or if you're into food, maybe you have like some sort of chili cook-off event. Don't overcharge. Don't just be.
Keep it as simple as possible.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
That's that. And I think I'm gonna. I might watch this like 20 years from now and be like, oh, you naive little boy. But I don't know where things are going. I don't know what it's going to look like in the next 5 or 10 years. To like try to be an individual resident of Sacramento, trying to throw an event in Sacramento. But in my experience, keeping it simple just fucking works. And if people don't feel like they're being gouged on any level, they smile wider and they enjoy more. We're getting to, it feels like we're getting to a point where there is no, like, even the free events around Sacramento have like a cost associated with them. There's always like, it's $22 for like 3 tacos at the food truck, and this is a free event, right? Yeah. How free is it though? Like, you know, like, everyone's selling shit, everyone's selling themselves, there's always fucking money involved, and I think my advice would be, if you're gonna start something, at least start anti-profit, and then if you think you can make some money, go ahead and try. But as long as I work on Porch Fest, there will be nothing that costs anything, except if you want to buy a T-shirt, go for it. We have to, you know, spend the thousands of dollars on the shirts. As soon as that money is recouped to the dollar, everything goes to the organization that we're raising money for. There's no nefariousness about it. There's no greediness about it. That's, I think, like, in my mind, a successful event is one that feels greedless.
That's beautiful. I love that. So at the end of the show, since the start of 2026, what we've done is like an unpopular opinion segment. So if you have your own unpopular opinion, it could be anything, could be unrelated to Sac Porch Fest, could be just something you have in your own mind. If you just want to share something like that with us, that you just have that as like your most unpopular opinion personally.
Boy, that's a big question.
It is. It could be as simple as
give me yours. Give me some framework for how to answer. What's your unpopular opinion?
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting
I got
to
one loaded. I got one
Go,
loaded.
yeah, go ahead.
Lord of the Rings is not that good.
Shut up, bitch. Shut up. You don't know what art is. Shut up, bitch. You know what?
All right, hold on, bro. Harry Potter was actually kind of fire.
They're both fire.
I just hate on the super senior with the stick, because, you know what I'm saying, I know real seniors in school who had the stick, you know what I mean? Fra. But this is different. Yeah, I'm talking about, like, you know what I mean?
Expelliarmus, dead homies.
Fuck Schmiegel.
Fuck Schmiegel, you're all stupid.
Expelliarmus, dead homies.
Well, that's his.
Yeah, that's my unpopular opinion.
My unpopular opinion
you,
is, I'd probably say mine is like cats are way overrated as pets.
Oh, you're just getting back at Lou right now.
No. That's just how I feel in general. I'm not a big fan of cats. I'm just not.
Well,
like,
you never really liked pussy, so.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. So I would say that's like a simple one for me to use.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna follow the same lines. Get your fucking pet dogs away from me. I don't want your dogs jumping on me. Okay, like you
hey,
bring your
that's
dogs
bad ownership.
Yeah, you bring your dogs.
Terrible fucking pet owners.
They're clawing at my body, and I'm a little PTSD, scared of dogs. Fuck your dogs. I don't love your I don't love your pet as much as you do. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Fuck the pet owners. There's some terrible pet owners out there.
There are some very terrible pet
fucking
owners.
disciplined
Also,
when you have your
I
dog.
want to say this too. If you have an animal out there, bitch, it is not the same as having a child.
Absolutely
I promise
fucking
you
not.
It is not.
It is absolutely not.
I'm not saying it feels bad because I am an animal lover. I'm not saying you can like just go out there and replace animals, but I'm just saying you're fucking.
It's a different level. It's a different level.
It's not the same. You didn't watch that motherfucker birth out of another human being. You didn't have sex with an animal to create that animal.
Hopefully.
Fuck you.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Well, let's clap it up for our man right here, man.
Jalal, man. We appreciate you.
Appreciate your time, man. Appreciate you coming on and giving us some game, talking about the Sac Porch Fest. Before we go, do you already have a date in mind for the 2026 year?
I do.
What is it?
We are aiming for October 10th.
October 10th. Perfect.
For sure.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys mark your calendars. I know it's only February, about to be March right now, but mark your fucking calendars. You got 9 months and change to figure that shit out. Okay? Yeah. Be there or be square. This is episode 37. Shout out again to the homie Mattel with the camera work. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to the homie Could You Flip with the fucking co-host shit. You ain't got no neck. Shut up. This was episode 37. For episode 38, like Kuya Flip said earlier in the episode, we will have March 14th. That'll be just me and Kuya Flip. Stay tuned. Check out the social media pages for any updates coming up. Hope you have a great Saturday. Peace.
Thank you for watching. This is Ignorant Shxt Only Podcast. I'm Kuya Flip with my man here,
Jose Ledesma, aka Puerto Rican Poppy on the mic. If you like what you see and see what you like, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and follow us on TikTok. It's lit, baby. Peace.